Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, you better know. The Zoa Show is live. The Zoa Show live. Where your headphones, man? Listen, if this is your first time tuning in, no, you can't mess with none of this over there. We got a whole little situation over here. This is your first time tuning in to the Zoa Show. Please understand a little bit about what I do. I keep it 100. This is like a barber shop. We got an old funny fool who's always late. Listen, you know the fool is usually the smartest. The fool is the joker in the deck. That's why your mic ain't on. See? We got
I can speak loud enough to be heard on your microphone.
We got the old irritable wise man that don't like to share. Where you find that wise man? None of your business. You look at the ground and you follow the path. Follow the path. That's why your mic ain't on either.
That's just smart.
Then you got a dude with a real tight ass shirt on that's done 7,000 push-ups that tangles his words. Says stuff like molecular, Hebrew Librium, thems. Just mispronouncing a whole bunch of stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. We cover current events, and there are a lot of current events that are happening right now. You're listening to the Zoa Show on VOR Radio. VOR Radio can be found on the illustrious Dash Radio platform. VOR stands for Voice of Reason. When you download that Dash Radio app, I want you to go to VOR, Voice of Reason Radio, and hit the star button. Favorite it. Make it your favorite station. Before I get into the normal movement of what we do on this show, we have a caller who's just called in. I'm going to give out the phone lines in a second because I want to get people's opinion on the topics we cover. But this is a gentleman that was...
It's a new day at Florida Memorial University. That's what's going on. We're here to rebirth the Lions' pride and tradition here at Florida Memorial University. A lot of great things are going on in men's and women's basketball, football, track and field, championship volleyball team. It's just a new day. It's a new era. We've hired about 45 new staff members, and we were able to elevate Florida Memorial University into something great.
Awesome. Now, what is it that you're trying to promote, that you're trying to get attention galvanized around? There's a project you got going. What exactly is that project? Can you break that down for me?
Well, a couple of things. Our basketball program has turned around. We've hired Ansar Alamin here. He's a local Californian here leading our basketball team. He's been able to recruit some top-level talent here at the university. He has a huge fundraiser going on that supports I actually have Coach Alamin here in the room. I'm trying to give me the catchphrase that you have. It's called 101. It's 101 years of HBCU playing basketball. So he's promoting the program there. We also have Rebirth Football. We have a 2020 program going on here that will go into the day before the first kickoff game on next year as we brought football to light here at Florida Memorial University. So they hadn't played football in over 61 years. We're just coming off of a Super Bowl event where we had 2 days of Super Bowl programming. Who's Who of Entertainment was here on our campus. We produced a movie here with Frisch Pollard, first African-American to play football in the NFL as well as coach. So all of those things are on our website, fmuathletics.com, support athletics. But there are a number of initiatives that's just trying to bring attention to Florida Memorial University, the only HBCU in South Florida.
All right. The only HBCU in South Florida. Are you the athletic director, the AD?
Yes, sir.
Is on the line right now. So let me just ask this real quick question. Before I let you go, I got to ask this question. You hear a lot of people talking about taking high-level recruits and instead of letting them go to powerhouses, whether it be SEC, Pac-12, Big Ten, ACC, redirecting them to HBCU. Do you see that as viable? Do you see that as something that would change the landscape of recruiting, of professional sports? Do you see that, or do you see that as maybe something that isn't workable? Because, you know, if you try to compare the HBCUs with those Power 5 conference schools, the comparison between the resources are totally different. You know what I mean?
That's the difference. The difference is the resources. But what we will compare is the experience. The experience that you get on these HBCU campuses is unmatched. But let me tell you what's special about our HBCU. We play in a PWI conference. So we're one of 3 HBCUs like Hampton University and Tennessee State, where we play in the PWI conference, but we're an HBCU. So we get the best of both worlds. We get to give an experience here on our campus that again is unmatched. These kids don't have to leave South Florida and go all around this nation to go play basketball or football or volleyball or track and field or baseball. They can stay right here in South Florida. We also impact our community by providing opportunities for employment to the people here in our local area. And at the same time, we provide an opportunity to be educated. But the difference between the PWIs and the HBCUs is the revenue. They have more revenue, but what we have is the experience. That high-touch experience that you get when you come to an HBCU like Florida Memorial.
Man. Hey, brother, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to call into this show and to highlight some of the amazing projects that are happening at your university. Again, hey, brother, whenever you need to promote something, whenever you need to highlight something, you can call us here at the So What Show, and we'll make space for you to really lay it out so people can galvanize around the movement that you're creating in South Florida.
Well, I sure appreciate that, Zoe. I grew up on a phrase, they said, who you with? And now I'm going to change that phrase to Zo what? You can definitely expect to hear from us at Florida Memorial University. We appreciate the shout out. We do a number of great things. We have the Frat Madness coming up on the 21st. That's a historically black, only one happening in South Florida. It's a basketball game between all of the fraternities, and it's a step show between all the sororities happening Saturday, September the 21st, right here on our campus. It's going to be a phenomenal event where we're bringing the fraternities and sororities to South Florida at Florida Memorial University.
Oh, wow. Hey, man, that sounds really, really amazing. Thanks again, man. Thanks, Ansar. We appreciate the connection. And like I said before, man, the door is always open for you over here. Let me know whenever you need me, and we'll open up the lines for you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right,
no
now.
more who you with. It's all about so what.
All right, now. Thank you. All right, peace.
My friend, we appreciate it.
All right. All right, fellas. You already know what it is. We got stuff to talk about. We got stuff to cover. It's a lot of evil going on in the world. And before we get to that evil, everybody in the chat room, hey, Listen Dash Radio listeners, VOR Radio listeners, please understand when you hear me mention the chat room, I'm talking directly to our YouTube channel. We're broadcasting live to our YouTube channel, which has over 56,000 subscribers. We're broadcasting live. They can see everything that's popping in the studio. You in the dig? Please hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the super chat button. We need you. What? Whose phone is on? And I mean, this man been doing it for 5 years straight.
And has no idea.
First of all.
You've been doing it for 5 years straight.
No, this should be good. This should be good. He has a first of all. See, when you have a first of all, that means you have 2 points to make.
Listen,
I would love to hear what you had. Yes.
I turned my sound down.
But why do you turn it down when we live? You was here 35 minutes
Here's what I
before
think
the show.
you need to do.
Turn it off.
If your sound is coming up on its own after you turn it down, I need you to put that possessed item out there. See, there you go.
See what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
It's been 5 years, dog.
5 years. Has no. Whoops. You are the nigga that gets the scam fucked up. You know how you have one nigga. We all put the scam together. It is working perfectly. But we tell you, when you come into Starbucks, wait until you see Gloria at the register before you order the croissant that is overcharged so that we can get the money. You don't do that. You see the manager at the fucking register, and you go to the manager. Here is the sandwich that costs too much money that we are scamming you out of, and you get us all busted.
And let me just ask a quick question. That was a great point, but what the fuck accent is that?
That's just some shit that I threw out.
That's what he was trying to figure
African
out.
Jamaican.
He was really trying to figure that out.
This nigga like blended.
Where is this nigga from?
97
Where
countries.
is this nigga from?
Jafrican.
Cleveland.
He's Jafrican. The nigga's Jafrican. This nigga's Jafrican. Oh shit!
This nigga just titled my book
Jafrican.
Jafrican. I don't give a shit. Who don't give a shit?
He's Jafrican.
Do not care.
I love it. Okay.
Juice nigga, turn your phone off.
Juice nigga, turn your shit off.
Juice nigga. Juice nigga.
Okay,
When you thirsty.
listen. Let me just say this is, going bad early. And we don't want it to do that.
We don't want that to.
It's going bad early, and that's not the whole point of the show. What we want to do is let everybody know that you're listening to an amazing channel, an amazing station, and it was given birth August 28th, 2019, and this is the station you're listening to.
Tune in and turn your life up on VOR Radio. Bill Williams is the VOR voice of reason on Dash Radio.
Now that you hip to where you are, please understand something that's very important to us. We cover some current events, and we're about to jump into them right now. This particular current event is very important to us, and I want everybody in here's opinion on how it potentially could affect us. YouTube tweaks to recommend fewer conspiracy videos. I wonder if that's going to affect Joe Rogan.
Right.
Because he talks about aliens.
That's all
a
he talks
conspiracy. He talks about ancient humans and
DMT.
and a lot of other different things. Okay. One of the most important aspects of YouTube is its recommendation engine. As the vast majority of views and watch times come from suggested content rather than direct traffic, the platform does a good job of determining which videos would be relevant to a given user. But when it comes to news and fact-based videos, conspiracy theory content can find its way in. As of January 2019, after facing public backlash, YouTube promised to curb the amount of conspiracy videos it pushes towards users. A study published by the University of California, Berkeley Bears, states that these efforts seem to be working, and that their analysis show a 40% reduction in the likelihood of YouTube suggesting conspiracy-based videos. So, peep gang, how often do you hear, I didn't get the notification?
Right.
You live? How did I miss this?
Yep.
DC, let me tell you something. They will label something so they can blanket the targeted shit that they didn't label. See? I don't like what you're saying. I don't like that information you're laying flat. So what I'm going to do is create a blanket license title. Catchphrase. To catch all. Nigga speak. This nigga speak on YouTube. Let's catch it here. You understand? Kev, you're a conspiracy theorist, boy. Did you know that?
I did.
So YouTube said, we're going to stop pushing these videos. I've heard from a lot of people. I've heard from Tone Talks. I've heard from a few people that said numbers are going down.
Yeah, man.
Not because the content is suffering, but because the content is potent.
Algorithm.
Now, YouTube tweaks to recommend fewer conspiracy videos seems to be working. Okay, check this out. Don't push nothing that the president says then. This dude who came up with alternative facts while at the same time
He the biggest conspiracy theorist.
while at the same time fighting fake news. Yep. This is all fake news and we have alternative facts. What?
You got Alex Jones on speed dial.
And that's like a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. It's confusing. Am I lying?
Man.
Jeff Brown, what's going on, man?
Ugh. I'm still stuck on the peanut butter and mayonnaise. That's
First
disgusting.
off, the food you serve your friends tastes just like that. I was at your house.
Yes.
Yo, have a burger. I'm thinking a burger. And
well, no, it's not. It's oh yeah. And those of you who think like that,
a weird ass patty was that.
Dear people who need healthy food to taste like bad food, exactly. Please keep eating the bad food. You're not ready yet.
That Beyond Meat.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Keep on with impossible. They telling you right on the label, it's impossible. You keep eating that shit. Keep on.
Yeah, make the point you started at.
MC
Logic Wander.
Nigga, that's hilarious. Somebody took a shot at the food at my house. Anyway, I think anytime that you are amongst those who think outside of the box, anytime you are seeking outside of the box, you can count on this system to make everything outside of its box ugly, stupid, uncalled for, unfounded, unbased. The Tuskegee experiment was some unfounded, unbased hearsay until it wasn't. A bunch of shit don't make sense till it do.
Till it did.
Okay, that's just a big smoke screen. I'm gonna do this horrible shit and then tell you I'm not doing this horrible shit, and you're not gonna find out that it really was horrible shit until the people who were complicit in it are dead. That's the way you can find out everything you want about the Kennedy assassination now, because all the motherfuckers that did it are dead. And anybody before they were dead that dug into it were conspiracy theorists. And of course, just because I'm a conspiracy theorist, does that mean these motherfuckers that I'm suspicious of ain't doing it?
Every scientist is a conspiracy
How
theorist.
about it?
That term was created by the CIA. Specifically for what you just said.
Oh,
Yes.
shit. Here come the conspiracy. Here we go.
This is an actual document.
You want me to play your music? You want me to play the X-Files?
What music you got? Look, anybody who listening, forget what this is. Anybody who listens, you can Google this. CIA created the term conspiracy theorists because when there was a whole lot of theories coming out about the government killing JFK. And so when they did that, a lot of backlash started coming back at them. So they put out this document that was termed, it was a psyop, where they would inject this term into the public and have everybody use that. And so anyone who used that, they would just deem anything that you were talking about was deemed fake or fake news in the terms of Trump right now, fake news. And so that term basically became synonymous with fake bullshit or with bullshit.
Sure.
But it was literally a CIA term that they passed down in a document. You can look that document up and see it and read it.
And they gave it, and they go, here, feed this to the sheep.
Yep, and it has right at the top of the document psyop, like it's a psych op.
The sad part about social sheep is that those sheep eat each other's shit. They eat each other's shit. That's all we got to do is feed this to the sheep. The sheep will either ingest it or either regurgitate it or shit it out, and the other sheep will eat it. And then all you got to do.
That's what they knew. Just throw it out there.
Just throw it out there, and the minute somebody speaks against us,
conspiracy theorists.
Some sheep is gonna speak up with a stomach full of regurgitated bullshit
we got
to invalidate what it is that you have to say.
Molecular speak. What do you think?
Isn't that what's going on right now? Conspiracies of the coronavirus.
Conspiracies?
Did I say that right or wrong?
No, I think you said it perfectly.
Thank you.
Because I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracist, nigga.
I'm going to tell you right now, this motherfucker, either he's doing this shit on purpose. This motherfucker said conspiracists.
It's either foolish or brilliant, and those two are standing in the mirror.
Seriously, I fuck with that word.
Foolishness and genius are standing in the mirror. They're just mirror images of it.
I think you're doing this shit on purpose. Go ahead, finish.
But, there's a conspiracy.
Yes, sir.
People out there thinking that the virus is, not real or it's fake, And I can say has it been in Africa yet? Has it spread?
Yeah, they say it's in Africa.
They say.
Okay.
But what I want to know is who is the virus's PR person?
Right. Who we believe in? Niggas love. Why? Where do black people get this pragmatic benefit of the doubt that they love to give to white people? Where have they earned this? Man. Where have they earned this real estate in your mind that, let's not rush to judgment? Where did they?
Through the news.
How did you get to this place
movies,
where you just go, wait a second, Whitey needs a chance? How did you get there?
Movies.
I don't get it.
TV.
You do get it, boy. You live in Africa. You live in America, man. This is America, Jack.
That's hilarious.
This is America, Jack.
This is white man's world.
James Evans.
Right.
This America.
Foot up
Jack.
your royal ass.
So, peep game. Let's do this really quickly so we can find out what's really going on. Now, the conspiracy theorist is one thing, right? And all of the propaganda and fake news and alternative facts and all of that shit is one thing. But what we need to do is transition into our next story, and we need to get the facts on something very specific.
Sure.
And that is the coronavirus. Okay. All right? We got to get the facts. Let's get it.
I'm most worried about the elderly and children. Who's most at risk?
What will happen if I catch a coronavirus?
We've been told to wash our hands, but what else can we do to protect ourselves?
So that gives you an idea of the kinds of things people want to be answered. Let's start with that last one first, perhaps. How can we protect ourselves?
OK, number one is hand hygiene. Good old soap and water. And it's not just a quick dangle under the tap. You've got to get a good lather going. Think about singing 2 verses of Happy Birthdays. Loads of guides online to how you should wash your hands. If you're not near soap and water, then you could use some hand sanitizer. But the key here is got to be alcohol-based in order to kill the coronavirus. Other thing is, don't, when you're out and about, touch we all do it, your face, nose and eyes, because you can pick up the virus from surfaces and infect yourself that way.
So it's getting out of those kind of habits, coughing into tissues, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
What about face masks? We heard from Danny, the barber there. You have one here. How effective are they?
OK, these little paper face masks aren't really much good. They may give a false sense of security. Leave them, I would suggest, to the medical staff because they need to be changed frequently. They are quite good at preventing someone with an infection from passing it on. That's traditionally how they've been used. But those people really now should be staying at home.
And that question of who's at risk, are some people more vulnerable than others?
Well, anyone can catch it. The good news is young children are really pretty much in the clear on this virus. In fact, so far, of the reported cases, only 2 out of 100 have been in people under 20 years of age. Most at risk are the elderly. The older you are, the greater your risk. And those with underlying health problems, things like heart disease, respiratory disease and diabetes. But this is an indiscriminate virus. It can kill young people as well. One of the first to die was a doctor in China who first raised the alarm about it, and he was 34.
A question from Peter on Twitter right now. How long does the virus live on surfaces such as mail, food and packaging? And what's the risk from things like that?
Okay, there's very little evidence that there's any risk from getting post from Italy or China where the virus could last there. It can survive on hard surfaces for quite a few hours.
Deborah's also got in touch. She's on Twitter. She says, is it possible to be a carrier of the virus but to not actually display the symptoms?
Yes, it is. These carriers, and there's quite a lot of reported cases here, they can be potentially shedding the virus and potentially infecting other people. But those who are giving off the most virus are the most sick because, they're coughing and sneezing. And that's why healthcare workers are at particular risk.
Hi.
Listen, who made this shit? Because why is this shit so specialized in the way that it get down?
Yeah, why is the Crippen virus so delicate?
Do you understand? And what's the difference between this one and the human coronavirus on the back of that motherfucking Lysol can? And how did they just pop up with a different one? What the fuck happened?
Well, their explanation is that the virus just evolved. Life is always trying to fight for survival, no matter on what level.
Yeah.
So the virus just evolved.
What about that Dean Koontz book?
What Dean Koontz book?
The book.
Y'all saw the book, Dean Koontz? Where it said a virus in the Wuhan district of China. This book was written in 81. Oh. That's a conspiracy, right?
Right.
People done came out and said that shit ain't real. What? In the Wuhan. So the same district that this shit broke out in. Okay. So conspiracy, right?
Right. That's just coincidence.
Is that a coincidence? Seriously? This book is old.
No. I guess that's what we have to chalk it up to. What I believe is that, and follow me now, this is a little weed logic, that there are pervasive energies.
You got possessed by Timmy Ty-Ty?
Yeah, right there, real quick. Cool. There are pervasive energies. That's why, like Mike used to say, I have to stay up late at night because that's when God talks to me. And if I don't catch it, he'll give it to Prince. That's on the good side. I believe the dark side of the force works the same way. So I believe that the energy that this writer tapped into, the energy that I believe her name is Sylvia Brown, Sylvia Brown, the lady, the psychic who said the same thing. They tapped into almost like Finding Nemo when the turtles get into that wave.
So this is definitely conspiracy theories, right?
So
here.
This shit,
the shit he talking right now.
This shit is real on so many levels. This concept that this virus, this thing that we are going to use to control population, dude, this concept has been around for a long time.
But I don't think this virus is no different than any other virus except for the coverage of it is like what the media do with black people or melanated people. They just throw a gang of coverage on it to scare you, to throw a gang of fear at you. Because if you look at the numbers of it, it's barely killed. I mean, as opposed to the regular flu. The regular flu kills 35,000 people in America. Just in America every year. So not around the world. It's only about 2.5 or 2,500 people that die.
But what they're saying now is the mortality rate of this particular strain is gone up.
80%. So what I just saw on the news, 80% of the people who get it, they're fine. They're fine. Right. It's the other 20% who may be, and that usually that's people with bad immune systems.
Like old white people?
Yeah, these are people who you got a bad immune system. If you don't take care of yourself, you got some other shit going on in your body, then that's when these viruses.
The earth wants a divorce from rich, fat, old white people. It's tired of being fracked. It's tired of being dug for oil on. It's tired of being misused. So the earth, that Mother Nature has pinned her hair back greased her face up with the oil he spilled and is about
Mother
to whoop his
Nature.
old white ass. That's what's going on.
Mother Nature got Vaseline on her
This
face.
motherfucker went too far this time. Yes, Mother Nature is tired of the white man,
And listen, that's one.
which makes traffic great. It was
That's
great.
one way to look at it. But it could also be the 1% tired of the useless eaters.
Sure. Especially if they give you they foreshadow it in the 80s in a book.
Foreshadow it in the 80s in the book, Dean Kuntz's book.
Right.
Come out of Wuhan, where they have a facility at Wuhan
That does this shit.
this.
It's like you being surprised and concerned that a burger came out of McDonald's.
But
That's what they're doing in there.
And then on top of that, why every election cycle?
Right. See?
every election cycle.
There's a virus on the loose.
Gotta pump it up.
Right. Ebola, H1N1,
Yep.
SARS,
Yep.
monkey juice sickness, all types of shit. You got the monkey juice.
But you didn't also hear what he said when it sits. He said it's airborne and it can sit and last a longer time. He said that.
That's
Most
like them-
viruses don't do that.
That's like them little. You remember that episode of Star Trek when the motherfuckers went on that planet and them little living beings was on the walls and one of them bitches got on Spock's back.
The trouble with tribbles.
Not the tribbles.
Not
Those
the
are little
tribbles?
furry ones.
Okay.
It was some living like jellyfish type motherfuckers living on the walls.
I'm just gonna tell you something from the report from the FDA that I got. This was at least 10 years ago. They talked about how colloidal silver kills all of those viruses, and they talked about you can rub your counters down and spray things with the silver, and it kills bacteria for weeks. Like that shit That shit is like a miracle, and that's why they stocked up on it when the what's that pig flu?
Jeff, I'm gonna say this the last time.
Hold on
one second.
Hold on.
Hold on one second. With your super healthy ass,
Take your ass.
turmeric and smoothie drinking, leaf eating ass nigga, coughing this motherfucker again. See what happens.
Hey, I want to say one thing. Why is all the toilet paper gone at the stores?
And water.
I can understand the water, but why the toilet paper?
Because people got to shit. I mean, that's why I use it.
Virus-
What do you use
Right.
it
Virus
for?
stop you from shitting?
No, it may make you shit more.
It's not like niggas at home drawing on it.
Right.
What the fuck?
Right.
Nigga, have you been into the stores and see the tissue's gone?
Brother,
It's gone.
look.
Toilet paper's gone.
Your susceptibility to the virus because of your fear went up 100% when y'all start thinking about or giving it the ability to be able to attack you. You give it the power over you. Fucking feed yourself, eat right, eat a lot of vitamin C, and get colloidal silver or nano silver.
Thank you.
And
Thank
sleep.
you.
And get some motherfucking sleep.
Treat your temper right.
Absolutely.
Treat your temper
all
right.
of that raises your immune system. If
Thank
you have
you.
a high immune system, it is extremely anthrax. It's hard for anthrax to kill you if you got a high immune system.
Yep.
Yes. Put
Okay,
it this
listen,
way.
let me just say, we're not doctors here.
This is, dude. I'm repeating.
Oh,
I'm
that's it,
repeating.
okay.
This is from the government.
Hold on. Hold on.
This is
I'm
from the
saying this
government,
for legal.
motherfucker.
I'm saying this for legal.
Let's explore that for a second.
Jesus.
Let's explore that for a second. We're not doctors here means that we do not subscribe to the religion of Western medicine because it is far more religion than science. That's how you get chemotherapy, which kills. It's only what 6% effective, and what is 25,000 times stronger than chemotherapy.
Right.
Is dandelion root. The problem is it grows in your backyard, and I can't charge you $8,000 for it.
That's
So
true.
the doctors are of that religion. That's
Yes.
all you
got to
tell
make
me
our money.
when you are a medical doctor. All you tell me is that you are smart enough to retain information over an 8-year period, most of which does not apply to real health and does not apply to me as a black man, because if I avoid the Anglo-Saxon diet, I avoid most of your diseases. Period.
Pretty much.
If I
Pretty much.
avoid your food.
Milk and meat mostly.
Milk and meat.
Can I tell you something, ladies and gentlemen? You're listening to the Zoe What Show, and imagine a barbershop,
If you will.
much like the one on the set of Luke Cage. We're in the inner city. We're searching for wisdom. We can only find it where the Clippers.
That's right. You can only find it where you get a fade.
You can only find it where you get a fade. We're in a makeshift barbershop right now here at Dash Radio.
Speaking of which, your man's fade is crispy.
This is my cousin Kenneth
crispy
Boggs.
fade, bro.
My cousin Kenneth Boggs is.
Oh my God!
That's the soup maker.
Yes. The
Oh
soup
shit!
maker, yes.
No wonder he came in here looking like counsel for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
He did come in here on the, it's the I Spy look, you know. Young Sidney Poitier, like,
yes.
Nigga, you are illegal.
No, I'm gonna tell you who he came in here looking like. He looked like the dude that everybody mama is mashing their daughters about. And I see you fucking with Day Day. This nigga here is gonna do something for your future, but no, you like niggas that sag that you need to keep bail money for. That's who. This the one that got away. This the one. In 20 years, somebody gonna be mad because they auntie didn't get with him.
Well, he's married now.
Oh yeah, it's too late.
And he got a solid one.
Oh, okay. You got a good
he
one,
got
bro.
a 10 toes down.
My man.
I'm proud of my cousin, man.
Which has solidified your success. Young men under the sound of my voice, you will not succeed in spite of your woman. You will succeed or fail because of her, period.
Really good information. I wish I could finish my little promo here.
With your little thought on your show.
And these are the rules of the goddamn barbershop. Niggas just cut you off when they're tired of waiting for your terrible story to finish. They just jump in. And you know something else? This nigga right here got on the suit, right? Shit.
Son of a bitch.
Again, this is the So What Show. Please expect this type of debauchery in the conversation. We do this from time to time. Our people in here are loved. Jeff Brown is a comedian, actor extraordinaire, writer.
No, keep going.
Some of the funniest people you've ever heard.
Decades ago.
Yes.
Their jokes
were written.
Right? Were written by Jeff Brown.
By this man. Yes.
Can we keep it 100, Jeff? Is this not true?
Let me tell you something. I wrote for a bunch of niggas you think funny by themselves.
Do you understand? Jeff Brown is the guy behind that. We also have a nutritionist and fitness guru. You're more than that, right?
I'm an ex-track runner, too.
An ex-track star?
Yes, sir.
A motherfucker about 60 years old. Y'all don't understand that.
Right.
Nigga look great. Well, no, he's not that old. Jesus Christ.
He could be, though. You know, black. That is all we got.
His name is Hassan McCullough of the McCullough clan.
A.K.A.
Out of Pasadena. He had a brother that was as good as Kobe. I ain't lying.
Like what?
I can believe that.
You think I'm bullshitting?
I believe that. I believe that
Was
wholeheartedly.
Alkis, will you tell me?
He's probably the best athlete. He's probably the best athlete in Pasadena, maybe, because he could play football. And he could
No,
play
I'm not
basketball.
bullshitting, Kev.
He was
Kev.
He was good.
I know you don't believe this shit, Kev.
Why is that so hard to believe?
This dude is good. He's only 6'2". He would
Kev.
bash.
He was a monster.
Why is that so hard to believe? The cheapest
This
thing
is
in the hood is excellence. Excellence is
Wow.
cheap in the hood. Why do you think it's so hard to entertain black people? Black people are like the Romans. They either love you or they feed you to the fucking lions. And here's why. You can sing? Really? My mama can sing. My auntie can sing. My cousin can. You can dance. My brother can dance. My sister can. You funny? Nigga, pass a joint around in here. We're all funny. So you can't.
And he's back. With another
tangent.
Poignant tangent. He's Tangent Man. Take us there, Tangent Man.
That's why I just don't understand. I don't understand the reluctance to believe that your dude was on the level of Kobe. Because if that can't be true, then I guess the Earl Manigault story isn't true.
Right. Can I finish introducing?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, fine. And then there's Kevin Banninger, who likes to debunk everything and piss Jeff off and send Jeff down the rabbit hole.
Jesus Christ, nigga. What are you doing to me?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Zoe Wood Show is a real show, man. We have a great time. Please pay attention to what we do. We're trying to change the game. You like your music, Jeff?
Well, shit, I didn't know it was time for the rant, but yeah, that is my music, yes.
It's not time. I just wanted to touch it a little bit. Imagine yourself sitting next to Billy D. Williams.
Oh, shit.
Y'all in a dank dog club. Drinking Colt 45.
Smooth.
This is produced by Jeff. And people don't understand, Jeff Brown is a producer. I told Jeff, I said, Jeff, you got to let me pick your music. Jeff is in love with everything he makes.
Look here. Every joint you ever hear that I did, I was dancing around in the studio, fucking up the crip walk to it. Yes. Why would I not?
And therein lies the problem, Jeff.
See? And then you turn down the horn part?
I'm just saying, you can't crip walk to that, Jeff. If you that right there is clear. If Jeff crip walks to that, we know he's nearing his 60s.
Nigga, look here.
If he crips rock to Happy Birthday, you know he's in his 60s.
Dude, look, I could never join a gang. They would never let me join. No self-respecting gang would have me. What the fuck am I going to do? The books? That's because I'm not going to be out here on no foolishness. I'm not going to be hitting nobody in the head. So I'll just be back here, collecting shit. Purse snatchings are down this quarter. That's.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get back into the current events right after this.
Stay tuned. It is Zoe Williams, VOR Radio. For your mental tune-up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we back in the building right now. Current events. That's the topic of the day. Let's get to it. Ah, man. Here we go. I be looking at these topics, man, and I just wonder, man. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt, especially because of what's going on in the world, right? Coronavirus requires a unified community. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the truth or a lie, it requires a unified community, right? Mm-hmm. Hurricane Katrina required a unified community, because if we were a unified community, a lot of us would have made it out of there. We would have made it out of there. We would have some organization.
With absolutely no help from the government.
With absolutely. Do you get what I'm saying, though? If there's a unified community, we can be like, hey, you know this motherfucker on his way now. Go down there and get Miss Bessie and them. They ain't got no car. Right. You understand?
Right.
There's a unified community, right? If there was a unified community.
All the black bus-owned companies, black-owned bus companies send buses early.
Right. So I saw this article and I said, we need to address something. And it made me think. I was like, man, with everything that's going on in the world, we got an article like this coming out.
Hit us with it, brother.
Yeah, here we go. Black women create the men they complain about.
Ooh, ouch. Oops. Whoops.
Black women have been complaining about the quality of black men for the last 40 years, maybe longer. But I wasn't paying attention when I was a preteen. Black women have called black men every name in the book, even going on national media to air their grievances. What's not talked about is how these men got that way. Well, I take it back. The sorry state of black men is always put at the feet of other black men. There is some truth there. But in a community where there is an epidemic of single mothers, the blame has to be spread to both sides. Indeed, with the state of the community, I would say women play a more significant part in the way things have turned out. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. Black women are raising the very men they dislike.
Okay, who's jumping in?
Well, first off, listen. You jump in when you're not invited.
Well, shit.
So now all of a sudden I don't understand.
I'm trying. Okay.
So let's look at it as a true or false. Let's frame it as a true or false.
Mm-hmm.
Is what the writer said true or is it false? Jeff Brown.
I don't think there are any absolutes, but what I think we are afraid to look at is the fact that there's not a black woman on the earth that will disagree with this. Being a single black mother is one of the toughest jobs on the earth. Clap, 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 clap.
Clappity, clap, clap.
Okay.
Clappity.
Well, if there are shitty doctors and shitty dentists and shitty bus drivers, then maybe, just maybe, there's some shitty single moms. Is that even possible?
Right.
They go with bitches. Bitches do not exist.
You going to hell.
Actually, you cannot. There's only one dude on the earth allowed to call black women bitches, and they like it, and that's Too Short. And he has to do it in the song. Yes, you can play that song, and the usher boy go, bitch, if you drive by the church at just the right time.
Old Snoop.
Yes, you're willing. So just like bitches, they don't exist. Well, there's only 3 of them, but they're real busy keying up all the cars and spending all the Manolo shoe money on the abortions on Manolo's abortion money on Manolo shoes. Yes, yes. Well, women will tell you that I need an abortion and then go take the money and buy shoes. I've had friends that's happened to. Damn. To say that you don't have a hand in this, to say that everything Whitey has done to us has shown up everywhere but in and on a black woman's head is bullshit. It's bullshit. Yes, you too. Own your part. Sisters don't want to own their part. And I'm going to say that's over in the female. That's why that phrase, the scene in As Good As It Gets, how do you write women so well?
Oh, right.
I think of a man.
Right.
And then I take away reason and accountability. The reason that is so big is because generally, a sweeping generalization of women is that they aren't as accountable as men. It's a woman's prerogative to change your mind. It's all that shit right there.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Jeff. Brothers, Kev.
Well, I'm just gonna deal with it with the universal law of cause and effect. Whatever you are experiencing is the energy that you're putting out there into the universe. So from that aspect, I would
that makes you responsible.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That makes you responsible.
Wait a minute, I don't understand how does that play into this?
That makes you responsible.
I need more words.
Well, he's saying, do black women create the men that they're talking about? I'm saying, if whatever negativity a woman is experiencing in her life with a male, she is the energy that it's a reflection of the energy that she's putting out,
and vice versa. Correct?
Yes,
absolutely.
You're going to experience whatever energy that you put out there into the universe. That's what it's a cyclical energy.
Oh no, that only counts when they're watching Oprah and Iyanla.
My bad.
See, because if a man tells them that, they be like, well, first off, who is you to be talking? Because you got your problems, nigga.
I think this comes from black women's lack of desire to be honest about the trick bag they've been put in that treats them. The black woman, who of black people has benefited more from this system in its present form than black women? Of course they've been kicked in the ass. Of course they have carried civilization on their backs forever. Of course they are the backbone If black women wake
You
up,
gonna tear this shit up banging on it? Could you stop? You see this shit fragile in the motherfucker.
it is, dude. This is some facade.
Bang
ass
on this
here.
shit again and see it.
Nigga, when black women wake up, all this shit's over, and it's slowly happening. How they are abandoning the church in droves.
Yes.
How they are seeking our religions.
Going back to African spirituality.
Yes. When the black woman says, you know what? I'm not grafting the dead skin cells of another mammal to my head ever again. Dude, it's a wrap. When the black woman goes, you know what? I work in corporate America, but I'm finna be a double agent, all of us, and help my dude that's at the house. It's over. It's fucking over.
But don't they do that already?
No, not on to a degree. Mine does. There are.
Stop bragging, nigga.
Well, come on.
Oh, happy ass.
Yes,
Stop bragging,
yes.
nigga. Stop flaunting your happiness in front of unhappy niggas.
Nigga, let me tell you something. I had to crawl through miles of broken glass and pimp piss to get to her.
Pimp piss.
Oh my God. But however, that's why when you told me, when you discussed this man's other half as being that shit right there.
Oh, yeah, man.
I was so goddamn happy to hear that for a young man. You know how hard.
But that always happens, right? I have a mother. I had a daddy. They were cohesive together.
What about that always happens?
Black people being together, black men, men, women.
You fucking up again, ain't you?
No, I was looking at him.
This nigga has a.
His woman's black, so I can't.
He got a box of words in his head.
I was thinking, what his woman is down for him, black or white. I didn't know. I was going to say she was black, but I don't know. But all women, black women, have always been there for their men, just like my mother and their father.
Okay.
And my best friend.
Wait. Before you respond, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason on VOR Radio. We're broadcasting live on my YouTube channel. We got over 1,300 people in the chat room. I urge everybody in the chat room to hit the like button. We have less than 500 likes. Please hit the like button right now on my YouTube channel. You're watching the show. Everybody should take a quick moment, just like I did from the show, and hit the like button. If we get to 1,000 likes at the end of this promo, I'm going to open up the phone lines and take calls because I want to hear your opinion. But everybody has to hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and of course, please hit the super chat button. And for all the people who have already hit the super chat button, thank you. Stop being lethargic. Make an impact on the show you tune into every Monday and love. Now, back to Jeff.
Somebody in the chat room, I'm going to shout him out. Alexis says, she says, Jeff, men aren't accountable these days, boo-boo. So she put the boo-boo on there. That's like when she grab in the hair. You know, when sisters talk to you and they grab imaginary shit out the air. Boo-boo. Yes. Okay. Well,
if you don't get your fly swatting hand.
Right. Let me tell you what you just said. Men aren't accountable these days. So who are they acting like then? All right. With that out of the way.
Wow. Yeah.
When you love the
Who
statement.
raised them?
Right. Well,
Women always make this statement of they want a good man, right?
yeah.
But sometimes these women aren't good women and they want good men.
Do bad women deserve good men?
Okay. Well, first we need to look at who made both of us bad. That's first thing. We need to unball our fists and point at that motherfucker. First off. Okay. Two, I'm gonna crush some dreams here. If the 6'1", 185-pound, educated, upwardly mobile brother come your way, you gonna have to have something other to give him than your problems, a dirty van, and another man kids. You're gonna have to have some other shit. That dude's not looking for you. Dear sister, I love you so much. Have you heard about the great American black woman shortage? Me neither. So what you gonna have to do is be honest about you. Because there is a woman, scores of them, who are doing more sit-ups than you, who have less baggage than you.
Let me tell you something about
who are competing with you.
Let me tell you something about the telomere game.
Telomeres. Yep.
Them telomeres at the end of that DNA.
Yep. When you lose them telomeres, when you get old.
You getting old when them telomeres is melting away like yogurt, baby.
Yep.
You understand? Huh? Let me tell you something.
This old man that started bouncing.
Let me tell you something real quick. You understand?
You slow that down by working out, though.
When them telomeres start melting, so should those demands.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Right? You ain't being honest about your budget. You ain't being honest about your social budget.
Your telomeres melting.
Your price need to go down.
Them damn demands need to go down too. You understand?
Yeah, because
It's a sale on aisle 7.
dude, there's a song.
You don't get your discounted dopeness out of here, girl.
Girl, look here. There's a song that plays that works against delusional black women, and they play it every summer. Goes like this: dun 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 dun. Fresh batch. There's a fresh batch coming out, and that dude, and I'm not dissing you because you got some kids with a dude it didn't work out with. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that y'all gonna have to stop thumbing your nose at the scratch and dent sale.
Wow.
Some of you need to get in here and get with a brother that's wounded, you wounded, and heal each other.
Or step your game up.
So, dude, no, it's just a numbers game. I don't care how far you step your game up. Most 35-year-old gainfully employed black men are not fucking with 35-year-old women. They're dating your nieces. So you.
It's really true.
That's true. This dude.
Listen, bring your finance little sister in here. You understand?
This dude, and more than likely,
she's 28 years old. You over here talking this shit.
35
more than likely, dude. No, it's not old. But the point is, this dude. And
Stop using my cousin. This is the last motherfucking time you're gonna use my cousin. The man is married now. Don't do that again.
Goddammit, he's perfect. Okay, handsome, no homo. Articulate, intelligent, well dressed. This dude, this black man, is the cream of the fucking crop. He does not. There is no shortage of you. There is a massive shortage of him. Why does he have to fuck with anybody? If you were not married, I would give you this advice. The first time you get into an argument with a woman louder than the radio, she's fired. She's fired. Why am I fucking with you? I don't have to fuck with you. And this is where sisters get it twisted. No one has to fuck with you. No one has to put up with your temper. No one has to put up with the fact that you bring up your degree, and we're not talking about Freemasons, weather, or deodorant. No one has to put up with this shit. We don't have to. You are going to have to. Ooh, here comes the fucking horrible 2 words you don't want to hear. You are going to have to change something.
I don't want to change shit.
Exactly.
Nigga. Society says I'm okay to where I am.
Oh, okay.
Niggas step up. I don't step down.
Somebody said there's no shortage of men. Okay, well, I strongly suggest you watch the Netflix video 13th. Maybe you don't have a shortage of men around you.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this really quickly. It's going on 12 o'clock.
Oh, shit.
You know what that means in What time? It means Jeff's intellectual rant. Now, Jeff has been ranting this whole
talking all day. How can he possibly have anything left?
But he does. Trust me, in the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on corn dogs. This nigga.
Oh, God. Is it on a corn dog show?
Corn dogs are good. This motherfucker has something to say. It's one of my favorite parts of the show. And again, everybody, listen. This is supposed to be my manager.
You calling?
This motherfucker texting me right now.
Just texting.
Lee,
I'm just trying to see how you doing.
Drop this off real
I just figure I just call in. I just want to see how you doing, bro.
This supposed to be my manager.
Well, maybe he doesn't know what you're doing right now.
And therein lies the problem.
He don't know he on the air. His manager don't know he on the air.
He knows he's on the air. That's why he texts.
I talked to him last week. I say, hey, man, you know you called while I was on the air. Oh, my bad.
My bad, brother.
This motherfucker hit me at the exact same time this week. He didn't call, but he texted. I told him I use my phone to broadcast.
You do know that, right?
This nigga.
What the fuck are you
Ladies
doing?
and gentlemen, after this short intermission, of course, Jeff.
So Williams is the voice of reason of VOR Radio. Dash Radio.
Which is the way I love starting my bullshit is with in keeping with the first part of this conversation we were having about sisters and brothers, their relationship with us, our relationship with them. I catch a lot of heat for this. Jeff, are you going to blame everything wrong with black people on the white man? Yes, uninitiated fool, I am. There is not one problem that black people have that cannot be traced back to some type of social, emotional, or financial trauma. A trauma put on you by another group of people. Not one. This man shortage we speak of. You think brothers just woke up one morning and collectively said, fuck my family? I don't. I don't. I think black women and black families being disposable was put in our DNA when our children were taken from us. A sister laying there, still bleeding from having a baby that was taken from her to be sold off. And she got to hurry up and get back out in the field and pick Massa's cotton. I think that leaves something on you after a while. To be made to breed your own women like some kind of fucking horse. That genetically led to the player. Oh, I got 5, 6 of them on the string. Which, by the way, coincidentally, this monogamy shit, that's some shit that's been forced on us as well. The women who show up at the All-Star game and what they lack. Because that's the reason they show up. And you think they sport fucking. Oh, no. They are hunting with that vagina and they are trying to set up an 18-year contract with it. Oh, yeah. Do you think that they wear those clothes and show up because they want to start a wholesome family? I don't. I think they show up out of what they lack. And all black lack can be directly attributable to how businesses that you made wound up on the city planner's row of shit to take out when they put the train in, of redlining, of gentrification. All of that comes from the same fucking place. And if you do not see this connection, you forever are on this cycle that is her fault for raising them. And she's saying it's his fault for leaving. Instead of all of us collectively turning around and going, it's that motherfucker that's got us in this bowl of shit, arguing on who's higher in the bowl, who's lower in the bowl, who deserves to be in the bowl, without focusing on who the fuck put you in the bowl. Dear black athletes that continue to play, continue to suit up, continue to show up, You are betraying us. Every time you put your helmet on, every time you lace them up and go out on the court, you are betraying us because you don't see yourself as connected to us. That's why it's so easy to do. But I got to get this contract. I can change my mama life. Do you realize if you hold out, you can change everybody's? Do you understand who you are, black NFL athlete? Do you understand? Have you watched the movie 300? Unlike King Leonidas, unlike him, you basically have kneeled before Xerxes, who said he would give you the world and everything in it if you would only betray your people. When you play this game that destroys your body and your mind and won't even guarantee you a contract for motherfuckers who don't give a shit about you, when you do that, you are kneeling before Xerxes. What if you all stood up? I know, Jasper S. Shade Treehouse Coons that are listening to me. It's too much money. And what would you do, Jeff, if it was you? It's easy for you to say. But what I am saying is that the black man and the black woman in our bent over fetal position provide the platform that the rest of the earth operates on. All the cool is yours. All the music is yours. All the fly is yours. The no-look pass is yours. The alley-oop is yours. The song getting the shit sung out of it is yours. The fly-ass fashion is yours. Why don't you just stand up and take it back? How do you show up at a red carpet in anybody's clothes other than this man's or someone like him? How do you do that? You trying to tell me Tom Ford shit is doper than his? I've seen it. It ain't. Find yourself. You gonna find yourself, or you gonna find yourself barbecuing and electric sliding in somebody's FEMA camp? I'm done.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've just been ranted.
I don't dislike that, sir.
Jeff Brown in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Every Monday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, we are graced to an indeterminate amount of rant. I mean, we've tried to set it at 3 minutes, but he tends to flow into 6 and 7 minutes. But typically we let him go because the shit be good.
Flowing.
The meter.
Okay,
Rant.
handle your meter.
Flow into the meter.
Yes, flow into your meter. Where you get a $90 ticket. I guess that's the life of Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to open up the phone lines before we get into our next. Yeah, you got to get your meter too, huh? All right, cuzzo. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to open up the phone lines. We want to hear from people. We've got more current events, but I also want to hear from what you guys think is going on in the world. Maybe you have a current event that I didn't cover that you might want to talk about. The number to dial, get ready right now. Still haven't hit 1,000 likes yet. We got damn near 1,500 people in the chat and only 700 likes. Should I give up the number? Should I?
Did you give up the number?
Shit, we got one dislike. It's a goofball in the damn chat room right now. Nigga, undislike this video, goofy.
Away with you.
Or go home. You ain't got to be in here. You can be somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Leave us.
He can't like it.
Leave us. Leave us. Leave us.
Silence.
Silence. My son works.
Right.
Where is Akeem?
Okay. Where is Akeem?
Do not alert him to my presence. I will deal with him myself.
Where is Akeem?
Shit. Everybody get us to 1,000 likes before I give up this goddamn this phone number. I know you want the phone number. It's right motherfucking here. It's right here. God damn it. This is the phone line right here. You want me to give it up? Get us to 1,000 likes. You're listening to the Zo What Show on VOR Radio. I see them trickling in.
I tell you, the algorithm is probably designated him as conspiracy theory, so y'all got to get them likes in there.
I know our people love hating our people. Our people love watching what they don't like. Our people love watching what they envy.
Right.
Our people love, you get what I'm saying? They will participate in what they label some bullshit. If you think it's bullshit, why are you here?
Go somewhere else.
I just don't understand.
Oh, yeah, man.
I just don't understand.
Because black people have always been the entertainment.
Speak in the mic, brother.
Oh, my bad. Because black people has always been the entertainment, so they still want to be entertained. You know, we're entertaining them, you know.
I really think it's goofy. I really think it's goofy.
Are you not entertained?
Should we? What? Hey, Kev, you know how to tap dance?
I do not.
Okay. You know how to beatbox or some shit?
I can beatbox.
Imagine Kevin beatboxing. Right?
I just don't understand. Hey, guys, do me a favor, man. Hit that super chat button as well. And for all those who have already done, like Scorp Squad 31, we appreciate the super chat donation. And check this out. Show me by a show of fists. I'm gonna start paying attention for people who want to be moderators in the chat room. I'm gonna try to add a few more moderators. So
there you go.
Again, we just added Marcus Madi. I think that's how you say it. Modi. I'm not Modney. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that last name, but thank you, brother Marcus, because every time somebody hit the super chat, Marcus has said thank you to them, and we appreciate that. I just added him as an admin, a moderator in the chat room. So we appreciate everybody for doing that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to give out the phone lines. I want you guys to get to your phone lines right now because I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear your perspectives. The chat line here is 323-879-4445. 323-879-4445. 323-879-4445. 323-879-4445. Call us right now if you have a specific topic that you think we should cover or that we didn't cover. Holla at me. You understand? 323-879-4445. Now, with that said, somebody said Madi. I see
Madi.
Is that what it is? Is that the term? Mod me? Oh, we got our first caller. Let's get it. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from? You got to turn your living room down. Your living room.
Oh, okay. I'm in my car. My fault, man.
All right. What's happening, pimp?
Hey, I'm Mac. I'm calling from Atlanta.
Mac from Atlanta. What's up, man? What do we need to talk about?
Well, I was just gonna say when you was talking about relationships and the black and man and woman, I was gonna say that my thoughts is that the woman was empowered as far as masculinity in order to feminize the rest of the world.
Wait, say that again?
Mm-hmm. The woman was empowered with certain power over the man for her to have a certain masculinity so he could feminize the rest of the world. So it's an imbalance in power. And so the women, she knows if she get married, whether it's her fault or not, she's still going to get compensated. She's still going to get compensated with certain things, whether she's right or wrong. There's no real fault or accountability on her part. So if you give her a certain empowerment based on her, she's a feminist anyway. She's looking at life based on femininity. So if you give a person that power, that's not no stable foundation because she's based off emotions. So you can feminize the rest of the world just based on giving her that power.
Interesting angle, brother. Thank you for the call. Thank you for bringing Atlanta into the building. If you want to bring your city into the building, just reach out to us right now. 323-879-4445. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from? Do we have you? Well, let's see. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo.
Hello, caller. Maybe you're not on the line. All right, let's drop you. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from? Turn your entire living room down.
Damn.
Turn it down. Caller.
My bad, so.
What's happening?
My name is Mike. I'm from Oakland.
What up, town business?
Town business. So let me ask you, Zoe, because you're always talking about, the sick society, the imperfect world. Can there and will there ever be hope for a positive relationship between black men and black women? And what does that look like?
Great question. I think, yes, indeed, there is hope. Because, again, society is like Play-Doh. Society is like a die. It's a cast. It's a mold. And you can reject the mold.
Right.
But the only way to reject the mold, if you discover the divine cast within self. Now, that's a journey. That's a process, right? Because I'm sure you've experienced it to some degree in your life. When you going up against society and something in your spirit go, Nick, that's fuck shit. And I ain't gonna do it in order to have some ramen noodle. I'll skip ramen noodle.
Right.
Am I lying, bro? Have you had a moment where you said, nah, fuck that?
Yeah, but I mean, it's also hard to find a person to go on that journey with.
No. Wrong framing. You don't find that person. You don't seek that person. See, the person you seek is within. And once you discover the truth of you, that shit goes out like God magnet.
Yes, and you attract your person.
And y'all draw each other.
Right.
So there's not even a desire to look. Do you understand what I'm saying? And where there is, listen to me very carefully, brother. Where there is desire, there is lack.
Yeah, I'm probably more messed up than what I really think I am then.
No, but I need you to hear that for a second. Where there is desire, there is lack. Desire is just another word for want.
Right. I got you.
Right? We tend to want things that we think we don't have already.
Yes, no, you're right.
That's why so much emphasis is put on the partner. If he could just be this way, or if she could just be that way, then I'd be cool.
I'd be happy.
Do you see?
Right. No, you're right.
So desire equals lack. It equals scarcity. This is why we desire for it. Everything you've ever needed in the universe is within your being. Every single thing.
Let me ask another question too, Zoe. Do all you guys have a significant other woman in your life?
Why you want to be in our business though? This motherfucking barbershop right now. Why you in our business?
I mean, I just really want to know.
Hey, for what? What you gonna do with that information, cuz?
I mean, it's just a yes or no question. It ain't like you got to tell me who she is.
Hell nah. Don't be asking about my personal life. I didn't ask about yours.
It's town business, baby. I'm asking the question.
Hell no, you're not finna get my shit out here in the motherfucking hot wires.
you ain't volunteering no information.
Fuck all that, pimp. Thanks for the call, brother. We appreciate it.
Later.
This motherfucker really tried to find out about some shit. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? And where are you calling from?
Yo, this is Gifted Greg from VA. What's good?
What's happening? Talk to me.
Hey, man, what's up, fellas? This is about my hometown, Prince Edward County in Virginia.
Okay.
So of course, y'all familiar with the Brown versus Board of Education, how that went down in the 50s, right?
Right.
Yep.
So when it went down in Central VA, where I'm from, they actually closed that school down.
Mm-hmm.
All the black families had to move.
Mm-hmm.
5 years prior to that, there was a bus accident from the white school. There was an old bus used by the white school that was given to the black school that was then closed down years later.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's an investigation because I guess there's no statute of limitation against murder. They're investigating that school back in them days during that Brown versus Board of Education down in my hometown of Virginia. I just want to give y'all a heads up.
Wow.
They're reporting it, really.
Wow. Thank you for that. And
Yeah.
all they got to do is Google that and it'll pop right up, right?
Pop right up. Prince Edward County. Literally, they shut the school down in the 50s. I was the first to graduate since blacks moved back in 08. That's how serious it is out here in Virginia for real to this day.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate the call. Thank you for sharing.
Already, so appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
For real, man.
All right, now, hey, listen, if you want to bring your city into the building, all you got to do is call us right now, 323-879-4445, 323-879-4445. Call us right now. We want to know what you want to talk about. Do you want to talk about that Corey Feldman documentary? Corey Feldman files police report after being threatened over his child rape documentary that outs a lot of Hollywood elites. Do you want to talk about boy butt hunting? 323-879-4445. Boy butt murder. Next on the VOR. Boy butt murder. Do you want to talk about how the Huffington Post is reporting? This is why. Have you noticed all them damn bees is disappearing?
They've been
all them bees is disappearing.
They've been disappearing.
But have you noticed bee venom kills HIV? Yeah. Nanoparticles carrying toxin shown to destroy human immunodeficiency virus? Oh, God. 323-879-4445. Let's get rid of the bees.
That's a conspiracy, Zoe.
That's a conspiracy. What about Joe Biden? Remember Joe Biden in 1977? He was worried that certain disintegration, listen now, certain desegregation policies would cause his children to grow up in a racial jungle. This was an outright racist. You want to call about how in the fuck did he become Barack Obama's, the first black president?
They told Barack he was going to be.
How did he, this one right here, how did he wind up?
At the Bilderberg meeting, they told him.
Come on, man.
You gotta take Joe with you, boy.
We want to know. We want to know. Call us right now. If there's something you want to talk about, the number to dial, 323-230-4610. I mean, that ain't the number. 323-879-4445. 323-879-4445. Call me right now. The phone lines are open. I need to hear from you. Let's go. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from? Caller. Hello. I can hear you.
Oh, wow.
Okay, bye. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Calling from the Bay Area.
Bay Area. Hey, man, turn your radio down. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Let's go.
Hey, yeah, I'm talking. I have an issue with freedom of speech, right? So on my job, I work with parolees. 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. And I had some parolees who, they were discussing the Dwayne Wade situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally got suspended for mentioning the halitosis bomb. Have you guys heard of the halitosis bomb?
No, talk to us.
What's that?
Man, y'all should look it up right now. Like, it's on Penn State's website.
What is it, shit mouth?
Is it shit? No. Look, the United States government, the military, they concocted this bomb in '94, right? And when they dropped the bomb on the opposing army or military, it makes them sexually attracted to each other.
What?
And they
there it is right there. It's called the Gay Bomb.
He called it a halitosis.
Wow.
That's the actual name, the halitosis bomb.
They're trying to scare us.
What? Because maybe it's a shit mouth.
They suspended me though. They put me on paid suspension because one of the parolees claimed I was being homophobic because I was giving them examples of, because one of the dudes said everybody who's gay had to be raped, right? So I started giving them examples of different studies, and I was telling them about the high levels of estrogen in the water, estrogen in the vaccine. And I mentioned the halitosis bomb, and they looked it up, and it was like the gay bomb.
I never heard of this.
Reported me as being homophobic, so I've been off work for damn near a month on paid suspension.
Damn.
What? Look at this nigga, Jeff. Thank you for the call, brother. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's fucking crazy.
This motherfucker Jeff goes to get lunch. He's supposed to be moving his car. This motherfucker.
I knew he was going to get
I can't
some food.
stand Jeff. Jeff is the ultimate nigger. He at work. Look, and then he's gonna eat some. Look. Oh my God, I wish y'all could see him. He's right off camera. Ladies and gentlemen, the number to dial, 323-879-4445. Please, guys, I say this honestly, we're nearly at 1,500 subscribers. If we don't come out of here with $1,500, we didn't try today. All right, please, everybody, dig a little deeper. Hit that super chat button. We need those donations to our YouTube channel. Look out for us, man. Don't do us like that. Don't ignore us. And let me say thank you to everybody who helped us get to 1,000 likes. We appreciate it. But I'm urging everybody, don't fall off on us right now.
Like,
hit
share, and subscribe.
that super chat button. Subscribe to this channel. Get at us. And now let me read this.
Can I talk to Homeboy's point real quick?
I'm about to read the halitosis bomb. Yeah. According to the BBC News, U.S. military pondered love, not war. The U.S. military investigated building a quote-unquote gay bomb, which would make enemy soldiers sexually irresistible to each other. Government papers say.
That's diabolical, nigga.
Other weapons that never saw the light of day include one to make soldiers oblivious by their bad breath. What?
Huh?
No, make them obvious. Excuse me.
Okay.
I can't see. Make them obvious by their bad breath. Like, that nigga is.
Shoot him, you hot breath bastard.
If you don't get your dragon mouth ass out from under that.
Damn.
Shit mouth, come out. We smell you, boy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the bullshit.
Ass breath. Come
The
forward.
U.S. Defense Department considered various non-lethal chemicals meant to disrupt enemy discipline and morale. The 1994 plans were for a 6-year project costing $7.5 million, but they were never pursued. The U.S. Air Force Wright Laboratory in Dayton, Ohio, sought Pentagon funding for research into what is being called harassing and annoying bad guy identifying chemicals. The plans were obtained under the U.S. Freedom of Information by the Sunshine Project, a group which monitors research into chemical and biological weapons. The gay bomb.
They are chemically trying to castrate niggas.
Bussy boo!
And does that wear off when he get out of the service?
Exactly.
That motherfucker Tariq Nasheed is funny when he be talking about bussy. His term, boy, the bussy bomb. I guess that's what Tariq might call it. That the bussy bomb.
I love Tariq Nasheed. Shout out to him, bro. You know I love you, but there is no such thing as boy pussy. Pussy only comes on a woman. Oh God,
he know that. That's why he called it bussy.
that's his ass. That's ass. Oh, you know what? To overshare, I love the smell of pussy.
Okay.
Do gay dudes love the smell of farts? That's a legitimate question, isn't it?
No. That would be
See now,
farts, homie.
understand a little something about aroma. You understand?
Roma.
Aroma There's a wonderful smell of cigars. There's a wonderful smell of food. There's a wonderful smell of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But a fart.
Did he just take his text on the
fart? Get to your phone lines if you have a conspiracy you think we should cover. If you have a story you think we should cover that's not getting any coverage, call us right now. 323-879-4445. Jeff went to lunch. Caller, you're on the line. I'm sorry. I'm going to come to you. Caller, you're on the line.
Yes, this is Derek from Louisville.
Louisville. That's how you say it, Louisville. You don't say Louisville.
No, it's Louisville.
Well, you know, some people do if they go to college.
Yes, sir. Louisville. Talk to us, man.
Hey, I wanted to ask, Jeff just dropped a bomb, and I was just wondering what was they thinking about the Prince Andrew and Meghan Markle stepping away, because this kind of goes to this thing about this code of conduct that people are talking about, that each race has a code of conduct, and that if you're in a race of people, you do things a certain way because you are of that race. And with the prince marrying, obviously a black woman, be that what it may, that it violated their code of conduct, being that they're Great Britain and the UK and the Netherlands and all that goes back to they could not have that. They just couldn't have it because it violated their code of conduct. And how does that relate to other people not being so much racist, in that you do have a code of conduct that your people do not violate? And if Kate Middleton is the bad guy in this, be that what is made, was she following her code of conduct? And what do those guys think about that?
Well, good point. Good point. Thank you for that, caller. We appreciate it.
Wow.
Thoughts, guys, before I go to the lines?
Shit, I didn't even know.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware.
I wasn't even aware of none of this shit, dude. Is this whole thing is about her being black?
Now you know that.
Come on, bro. Come
What
on.
the fuck wrong with you? You
Come
here
on.
with us now.
If they didn't have no problem with that man-looking ass broad that Prince Charles was with.
Strong face.
Oh my God, that heifer with her rugged good looks. How?
Your face is stronger
So
than
wait,
Hercules.
if that's the case, then why he married the girl knowing that from the beginning anyway?
Because what happens is it's almost like preachers' kids. The reason preachers' kids are so bad is because they get to see the hypocrisy up close. They get to hear what you hooping and hollering about, but they get to see the bullshit at home. That's the royal family.
Wow.
We getting all this high tea with the queen and wearing all this with the beef eaters and the long horns, and then we see this bullshit you really about, and how you treated my mother, and how you treat people. But I'm young and I'm going out into the world, and the people my age ain't fucking around on this shit like the people your age are, and I just plain old ain't having it, and I done got a hold of some of this black girl magic, and ooh-wee, can I tell you something? I done had some of all of it. Ain't nothing
Is
like
black
that's what on a
girl
black
magic accentuated by being accepted into white culture?
Ooh.
Is it more magical when you're accepted into white world?
I think he had a mandate to tie into the vine because they know they dying out.
That blood vine. We need some nigga blood now.
They had to tap into it.
Okay.
But homeboy though, he is actually though, like if you listen to this dude, like he do a few interviews and shit like that. That motherfucker, he follow hip hop like it ain't nothing. That motherfucker, Dude, he is on some nigga shit.
Who is?
Megan, her husband. What's his name?
Harry.
Yeah.
Harry?
That dude, he hang with niggas. You can tell he didn't hang with niggas. He started running off.
Yeah, but I done seen him wear Hitler gear. I done seen him wear some real disrespectful shit too.
Right? I've seen him wear the African shit too. I mean, it's, whatever they got going
They
on.
had to wear that African shit. You know that. Let's not even act like that's part of their ritual.
Yeah, they know
I get Kev's point though. Kev's point is if Harry and Megan go somewhere and Megan ain't got an extra bottle of hot sauce in her pocket, it's a problem.
Let me just say this: white people, you shouldn't like hip hop if you're racist.
No, you don't get to shop through our culture.
You don't get to fuck with our culture, but while hating us. I think that should be prerequisite.
Okay.
If you racist, you don't get to use our creative form of expression.
What about
it's more envy? I think it's probably more envy than hate.
I don't give a fuck what it is. It could be envy, hate, jealousy. It could be pop locking. I don't give a fuck.
Right. I want to say this real quick because this is information that brothers should have about them trying to effeminate you. Of course, you heard many times about atrazine that they put into the food to change frogs to
atrazine juice.
Yeah, right. But then also in the plastic, you guys are drinking water out of plastic bottles. You need to buy BPA free because BPA is estrogen.
Yeah,
bisphenol A. Yeah,
and it used to be a part of the birth control movement too.
And so that's
some sterilization shit going on.
And that's why a lot of women are getting the breast cancer from that because they have too much. They already have estrogen, so they're overloading with estrogen. And that's why men are getting breast, the man breast. So you guys need to stay away from that shit. But plastic, get BPA free plastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going back to the phone lines. The number to dial is 323-230-879-4445. Kevin, really quickly before I get to the phone lines, what do you think about this Corey Feldman documentary where he's about to out the elite
Is he about to do that, though?
boy booty bands? Boing, 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 boing.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
They gonna kill him?
I don't think they're gonna kill him because he's put it out there so much now that if
something happened, we gonna know some shit.
So
and he white,
right? And they'll
what the fuck happened to Corey?
Yeah, how his luck get that
bad? He said, how his luck get that bad? But yeah, I don't think they're gonna do shit to him. And right now they're trying to create an air that he's crazy and just don't believe him. And so if they can just pump that out there, they don't give a shit what he say because you just won't believe him. Most people won't believe it.
Here we go. Callers, I'm coming to the phone lines right now. If you want to get on, 323-879-4445. That's 323-879-4445. You're listening to the Zoe What Show on VOR Radio. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's good, man? What's up, Pete? All you brothers, my name is Saya, man.
Your name's Solomon?
Uh-oh. Saya, S-I-A-H.
Oh, okay. What's happening, man? Where you calling from again?
I'm in Chicago, man.
Shy what up?
Where you at, bro? Where you at? South side, west side, where you at?
South side, bro. South side. On 79.
Okay.
On the 9.
Oh, on the 9. That's where, okay. Duck, while you talk to me, Duck.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to say something, man, because they've been dropping all these little gay bombs on us all these years and everything. And I want to share something that is very important that your audience is. And I know that Kevin probably has some inclinations towards this. All this shit is dealing with a lot of this shit is dealing with our administrations. You know, when they go after the father and shit like that and make them pay this and pay that. What I found out in my research over the years, man, is dealing with our state. And the man is considered the household, what they have, head of the household, what they have on the IRS paperwork and all that shit. We need to start studying the terminologies of what all this shit means. Right. Because the woman's dowry, D-O-W-R-Y, which is her possession and asset, was supposed to be combined under the man's estate, under a marriage, which she will be protected under that. So in the early 1900s, when they got women to vote and everything, that's what took the woman, her dowry, separated from the estate, which was called a family estate. That's how you so-called originally vote as a family. So they fraudulently did that, which was unconstitutional. In other words, women aren't even supposed to vote. This is how serious this is. Because it was supposed to protect the mother and the children, not to deal with these lawful and legal administrations that strain them out and stress them out. That was the man's duty to do with these things.
Right.
And you get it now?
Mm-hmm.
So when we, as men, are not on the forefront, dealing with these laws and legal and understand the science of the real terminologies, we're just playing games, man. This is what governs us. We got to understand what governs us, period. And who is the government? What is government? And when you find out what real government is, you'll find out it's you. All this stuff we've been playing with. If you look in a Anderson Law Dictionary, we the people means federal. I can't make this shit up. So we the people are the federal, which is the highest form of government. And the next level is national, and then the next level is state. These are basics what we're supposed to know.
Wow. Hey, brother, thank you.
You know, and I don't want to stress out, but the reason why they do all this is because behind your estate is called you have assets, or what you call credit. You know, everybody talking about their credit score, Equifax and all them. Them are third-party collection companies, crooks, mobsters, who intervene with your estate. And you gave your information to these people. That's why they gave them permission to contact the IRS and the Treasury to go in your credit treasury that you have. Why you have that? Because when you was born with your birth certificate, which is an inheritance settlement documentation, through all the labor of all your ancestors who signed contracts with the United States government, that they put it in the treasury, what you call credit, money.
Good stuff, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. We appreciate the jewels, man. Thank you so much. Wow.
We got some thinkers that listen to this show.
I love it. 323-879-4445. What conspiracy did we not cover? What story should we have covered?
You got to take a day on this Saturn stuff, man.
Oh, they not ready for that. That's a whole nother one. We're going to come back to that. That's part of the occult series. We'll come back to that. Callers, get to your phone line, 323-879-4445. Let me just say this. It's only 18 minutes left in the show. Let's make a mad super chat push. Everybody drop something on the super chat. We have nearly 1,500 people in the chat room watching us live right now on YouTube. You're listening to the VOR on Dash Radio. That's Voice of Reason Radio on Dash Radio. We lit right now. Before I even get into it, let me just say this real quick. The new mansions gear. Oh, I have new designs.
Beast it out.
In a minute, we're going to release our relationship rivalry series. These shits is so sick. I ain't gonna say that. 323-879-4445. Kev, go ahead real quick before I get to this next caller.
Yeah, just speaking to homie's point where he was saying that you need to learn, these words within the law and the government. I mean, he's absolutely right. Legalese is a completely different language, a completely different frequency that you don't know anything about. It's literally magic. Excuse me. So, like, give me an example. When how they have you guys all trying to buy a house, like you got to get a house, we got to own a home, we got to have a house. The definition of
mortgage.
Bondage, the definition of bondage is householder. Literally, bondage just means householder.
And death pledge,
yes,
mortgage.
Death pledge, mortgage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys got to understand what you're doing.
Well, that's where wealth comes from, nigga.
Got to build that. Got to give me a house. Got to flip that, and give me 2 houses. Yeah,
you're gonna be paying on it until you die. Caller.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm a little confused.
Here we go.
Okay, isn't the number one common denominator of every wealthy person's portfolio real estate?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
This is why I was trying to get to the phone lines. I was trying to get there.
Let's not vilify real estate. Let's not vilify
Jeff is like a pterodactyl. I was on the freeway and he just landed on my car and picked it up and flew off. I knew it was coming. I heard it. I knew it was coming. Somebody said, keep it flowing. Hey, good looking Brandel Banny. Everybody thank that brother. That brother just hit us off. Thank you so much for the super chat. Good looking, man. Good looking. Thank you. The phone lines are open. 323-879-4445. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, hey, this is Grace calling from Philly. Me and my King Dion. We still on a conspiracy topic?
Yeah, we on all of that. Talk to us.
Hit us.
All right, so my conspiracy is, and just hear me out. So I always talk to people about the 1%ers of the world, the elites, all of that. I think, and this came to me the other day, that the 1%ers could possibly be a group of black individuals who we won't never know or never see with a white mask, or we think it's a white mask, because I guess what really provoked this thought is that back, way back when slavery was around, prior to Europeans and British whatever owning us, black people were sold into slavery by other Africans. And that being the case, I'm thinking it could be the fact that, we gave our knowledge to people like with Caucasian skin that, we might have been too smart and too advanced to not have seen such a thing coming to us, that we're not going to willingly, lay down our arms and allow ourselves to be taken captive and be slaves for so long and go through all these crazy things that we probably seen it coming and work something out to where we think that white people are terrible, and they are terrible, don't get me wrong, but somebody with a black face is in charge of all of these things that we are constantly blaming white people for.
On the conspiracy side of the game, hey, thank you so much for the information. We appreciate the call. Did you hear that? Could the 1% actually be niggas?
Nah.
I'm looking at. I mean, it makes.
I don't see the possible motivation.
I'm just saying it makes for good Star Trek.
Good Star Trek.
Yeah, but I just don't see the possible motivation. I'd like to, if we could, get back to the concept, and I get the concept of mortgage. I get that. I tell you what Kevin broke my brain open with was the house bond. I get that. But what we aren't taught as people is that the biggest mistake is to buy your first home for just your family.
Yes.
We're not taught to buy a 4-unit dwelling, live in one unit, and complain about the rent like everybody else. We're not taught that.
An investment property.
Stay mobile. You want to stay mobile. So the whole householding and all of that stuff, the land acquisition and transfer, that from the feudal times. So it was mostly for the king. And so you had to have the king, he had enough money and he, to be able to do all this stuff. Most people who are trying to flip houses and shit right now, they hustling and struggling. And trying to get into that house. And if I can just get into this house, I can do this, then build up the equity on it, then I can take this money and boot it. And it's a constant struggle. And so that's an illusion to make you think that you're getting one step higher, where the most of the people who really do deal in property trend, they ain't
one house. Don't be silly.
Exactly. My son works. No, but
silly. You ain't got enough money to buy me all.
Exactly. It's a whole different game for them. So they made you think that you were entering the game, but when literally it's just another form of slavery for you.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting.
I can lock you down to a 30-year mortgage. To me, making you think you getting a little bit more than this nigga right here.
I've locked you down for life.
30-year mortgage.
At least you're not wasting your money.
Phone lines are open. Do you guys want to talk to us? The number to dial is 323-230-4610, 323-230-4610. Why do you disagree, Jeff?
The concept of owning a home versus renting one, to agree with that flies in the face of what Kevin is saying, which is basically that you are tied down for 30 years.
That's their philosophy.
If you rent, let's just say I rent where I stay, but 60 to 80% of the real estate where I'm staying can be written off through my private business. Let's just say that I rent where I stay, but I own properties where other people live.
Yes.
Right.
You're at a decided advantage that way.
I got clients who do that. I got clients who own many properties and that's
and
how they
rent where they stay.
Yes. Exactly. They
but
buy
I'm just
that
talking
property.
about just renting. I'm not talking about owning stuff and then renting where you live and stuff like that. I'm talking about just renting and just wasting.
Boy, speaking to that damn mic.
Wasting your
5 years in.
Just renting. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, it depends. Here's what has to happen. Black people don't think they can.
Right.
But you have to become your own bank.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to. Here's how. Very simple math. and people don't get caught early enough. My 16-year-old daughter is on me hard because I already told her I'm going to get her a Jeep, and she wants a Jeep.
She's not playing.
She ain't, it's not a game. She's hustling, and then went and bought candy from the 99-cent store to hustle at school. Oh, she's a dude. My kids is hustlers.
Okay.
What I'm telling her is what I wish somebody had told me. I am going to buy you this vehicle, but you are going to pay the bank of you $200 a month for this car you already have.
The bank of you.
You're going to pay the bank of you a note.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 years, in 24 months, you will have $4,800 minus, we'll say 10% or even 20% for maintenance, which puts you at $1,000. So you got $3,800 cash and a vehicle that's worth $4,000. You now have $7,800 of buying power. You can now buy something that's worth $9,000. And you ain't paid a nickel of interest. Can't nobody come get it. And if you keep doing that, you can buy a car worth $25,000 cash in 10 years. Now, what you don't do is buy the car worth $25,000 cash. You take that buying power and buy some land with it.
So much knowledge from MC Filibuster. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
I hate you. MC Filibuster. Oh my God! Somebody on the Congress
Caller.
floor. Mic check 1 2.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Right.
What up, caller?
Hello.
Are you
Hey,
here?
man.
Are you here, caller?
Yeah.
What's your name
Yeah, I
and where
can
you
hear
calling
you.
from?
I'm Jay, man. I'm in Peoria, man.
In
All
Peoria,
right.
Illinois.
Birthplace of Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor. All right, go ahead, brother.
Rich Pryor. But yeah, man, it's kind of hurt me to see what's going on, man, in society, man, as men, man. You know, our testosterone. And then I have to say for the women, too, their estrogen need to step up. And not saying in all cultures, I think as adults, as grown beings, we letting all our children down. And I say that because it's kind of like we sit back and not really proactive of shutting down all this sexual talk with children, underage children, that we know that we shouldn't be doing on any level. It's just way out of hand. You know, telling children to get transsexuals, talking about gayness, all these things deal with, physical sex situations. So if I'm not talking to my child about the birds and the bees, which I'm the parent that's supposed to be doing that, or if I don't authorize another adult to do so, I have to consider that that's some level of pedophilia.
Okay.
Come on, bro.
So people like Dwayne Wade or any of these people that's out there, Angelina Jolie and all that, and I study, a lot of things, I study the odd stuff too, the Baphomet and things like that and all that. And all these things like that's what it's connected with the Baphomet symbol. They're making them like the goat. They're making it like anthropomorphized.
What is Baphomet? Does anybody in here know what Baphomet is?
That's what you put on the floor outside your tub.
A bathroom.
A bathroom mat. Bathroom mat.
They're making the live Baphomet on Earth. They're making people the Baphomet. That basically the trans.
So listen, brother, listen.
With your ears.
Listen, brother. I can't let you keep going on because we got to get off the air right now. But thank you for that point. We got to move now because we got to wrap it up for the rest of the show.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you, brother.
Love you,
All right.
man. Thank you so much.
To answer your questions, though, Baphomet is a combination of Saturn, Venus, and Mars. I got a video about it on my YouTube channel.
I know.
Y'all wanna check it out.
Okay.
Because let me just say, Baphomet to me is the coronavirus. It's propaganda. Go deeper. It's a belief system that they get you scared of. You know how many Baphomet tap dancing? That's Baphomet. Screaming and shit like it's the Exorcist.
Like the scary black man on the news.
The fuck? Oh, they go Baphomet. Nigga. Okay.
What I believe all religions are are the bastardations and misuse of forces that are like tools on a table. Some people come in and build a house with the tools. Other people come in and take the claw hammer and start bashing motherfuckers in the head. It's not the tools that are evil. It's the users.
What is Baphomet? Is it a corruption of the term Muhammad?
Baphomet?
Or Mahmet? Is it? Or is it Capricorn, who is ruled by Saturn on the astrologies? It's a lot of shit that you can't just say it's one thing.
It's all of that.
Fuck is that?
It's all of that.
Wasn't Jesus supposed to be born December 25th? Would that make Jesus a Capricorn? Is Jesus a sea goat?
Saturn.
God damn.
Saturn worship is real, niggas.
Shit. Yeah, we're going to do another show on this. I'm just tired of motherfuckers just taking something and running.
No, I hear you.
Keep running. Can't keep running in and out of your mind. Keep running. I don't understand the shit I'm running with.
Charlie.
Shit, man.
Yeah, we gotta put some clarity to that shit, though.
Yeah, we're going to get back to it. We're going to hit it. But let me just say this. We don't know anything. Nope. Not a fucking thing. We're just here to start a conversation. None of us are accomplished. We haven't done shit in our lives. We're just here talking, you know? We have a show. And we like to start the conversations. We like to push the conversation for everybody that supported today. Thank you so much. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another heater. Tonight, Voice of Reason Radio with the ladies. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be back on tonight. Holla at me, Voice of Reason Radio. We do our thing. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Zoe Williams. Deuces.
And we get that's my next tattoo.
Christian,
probably not on my face.
Christian, this nigga leading them in with the cross.
Yeah.
Hey, let me just say this really quickly. Everybody who chimed in today on YouTube, everybody who called in, everybody who donated, thank you. We truly appreciate it. We're at 1,200 likes. Only one dislike. But thank you, man. I don't think you guys understand how much you guys matter to this show. Let me just give you a little quick insight. When y'all participate, we look like the giants we are over here. Nobody in this motherfucker compete with us. You know, dig? We look like the giants we supposed to look like, and that's because of y'all's support. So continue to support the movement, continue to back us on this, and we thank everybody for rocking with us. I'm Zoe Williams. We'll be back later. All right? Deuce.